This headset is insane. The PIMAX Crystal. A lot of people have been talking about this for a while. This is one of the weirdest headsets I've ever used, but I've had some of the best VR experiences over the past week, and I've been actively using VR for more than 10 years. You may have seen some reviews on this from other VR YouTubers. I'm going to give you my first impressions of it and a mini review. Here's the disclaimer. I was given this headset to review for free, and they are letting me keep it for this video, so that's where I'm coming from. But I will let you know at the end if I think it's worth the $1,600+ because that's pretty pricey for a VR headset. Let's break down what you get in the box. You get the headset. It is a bit on the heavier side, but it's well balanced and I didn't notice that much of a strain while using it. It comes with beautiful 35 ppd aspheric glass lenses, and I'll get into that later in the video. You get 2 swappable rechargeable batteries, controllers that pretty much mimic the Quest 2 design, and some charging cables as well as a display port for the headset. As far as setup and software, I really didn't have that much trouble. I know some other people talked about how complicated it was. It might be because I got a later unit and the initial problems were resolved, but setup was fairly simple. I just downloaded the PIMAX software and turned on the headset. It updated the firmware and I was good to go. I've also tested other PIMAX headsets previously. I used the AKX last year and the software is vastly improved. When I used the previous PIMAX, it was definitely annoying to set up. On the Crystal, I want to say it was one of the simplest VR setups I've ever had. Room setup is kind of weird because you can't set up a boundary. I tried a ton of different ways and maybe it was just a bug, but there was no way to do it for me. I hope this gets fixed because it could lead to injury, especially if this becomes wireless. They even have some custom OpenXR software, so if you're really into Sims, it's very simple to do that as well. This is an inside-out tracked headset, which means you don't need base stations. I'll be getting into my thoughts on that later. There is an option for a Lighthouse faceplate that you can buy separately to use Valve Index controllers and all your Lighthouse accessories if you want. Jumping into the visuals, this is the big one. VR has never looked better. This will, without a doubt, give you the best experience in VR games. It's bright, there's no screen door effect, and because the lenses are glass and not Fresnel or plastic, there's no glare at all. The Crystal name is well deserved. It's completely crystal clear. On top of all of that, it uses QLED and local dimming screens. What this means is black levels and all the colors will look absolutely fantastic. It's the closest thing to OLED I've ever seen. Now this isn't a comparison video, but I've been using a Vive Pro Eye as my daily driver since 2018, despite trying and owning several newer headsets like the Valve Index or Quest Pro. One of the primary reasons is the colors on OLED displays are way better than LED in my opinion, which is what most newer headsets use. The Crystal is the closest headset I've seen to a direct upgrade for the Vive Pro Eye. It's so good that I want to switch over permanently and just use this as my main headset. There are some caveats that I'll be talking about, but the visuals here look like a window into reality. I was actually putting the headset up and down on my face and was having trouble seeing a difference. It also really shines in dark scenes in VR games, so if you're a fan of Skyrim or darker VR chat worlds, you can immediately see the difference between this and every other VR headset you may have used in the past. Overall, this is the best in terms of visual fidelity I've seen out of any headset. If you really want no screen door effect and want everything to be extremely crisp, you're not going to get anything better than this, at least right now. This also has built-in eye tracking, which allows for some really cool features like auto IPD adjustment and being able to have a more expressive avatar in something like VR chat. It also includes hardware foveated rendering, which is amazing. Despite this having an incredibly high resolution, I'm actually noticing somewhat of a performance boost in games now because the image is only rendering at the full resolution where my eyes are looking. I hope this becomes a staple in future headsets because it's been pretty awesome. As far as audio, I thought it was great. It uses a similar design to the Valve Index off-ear thing. I felt it was super clear and had nice bass levels. The built-in mic was really good. If you make VR content, this will do just fine. I have a ModMic already and I'll give you a short sample of each so you can hear the difference. This is using the ModMic Wireless. Test, test, test. This is using the PIMAX Crystal built-in microphone. Test, test, test. Let's talk some of the weird stuff with this headset. The PIMAX Crystal is both a standalone and full PC VR headset using a DisplayPort and can be switched instantly between both using an AIO slider. I spent a little bit of time in the standalone mode, My personal thoughts are it's nothing too special. It's cool that it's there, but if you've seen my channel before, I'm mostly a PC VR person. And I'm assuming anyone looking at a headset like this is most likely going to be using it on a high-end PC. And it does great as a PC headset, but that ties into my next point. Despite this having the ability to be tethered to a PC using DisplayPort, you need to charge a battery to use it. They do include a breakout USB hub that can charge the battery while you're playing, or you can hot swap the batteries as they include 2 of them. The reason for this is the PIMAX will supposedly be able to do wireless PC VR by using Wi-Fi 6E or WiGig. As of this video, I was not able to try that feature, but just know that it's coming, and personally, I find that super exciting. I've been using a wireless Vive Pro Eye for years, so having to go back to a corded headset is not something I really want to do. So if this does become wireless, it will most likely become my main headset. The base model is an inside-out tracked headset with controllers that resemble the Quest 2. The controllers are fine. They map pretty much the same as Quest controllers in games, so compatibility won't be an issue. They felt pretty nice, and they're also rechargeable with USB-C, so you don't need extra batteries, which I like. The tracking fidelity was decent. If I'm going to be honest, the Quest does have better fidelity when it comes to that, but they've also been working on inside-out tracking technology for years, and this is PIMAX's first headset into that space. For what it is, it's really not that bad, and they've already put out some updates since they started testing this, which improved the tracking. So I have no doubt it'll improve in the future. You can also buy a Lighthouse faceplate that'll cost you $200 more, but that will 100% solve all the tracking problems because you can just connect index controllers as well as use any extra devices like full body tracking. Alright, the big question. Is this worth your money? This is an expensive headset. It's $1,600. That's not cheap. And with the Lighthouse faceplate, you're looking at $1,800 or more. But you are getting the best VR experience money can buy right now. And with the Lighthouse faceplate, it's pretty much a direct upgrade to the Valve Index. So if you're really cramming for an upgrade and you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, I think this is a fantastic VR headset. But if you want this for standalone mode, I don't really see the point of that. Yes, it ties into the wireless PC VR thing, which if that does get worked out, I think this will be a must-buy for high-end VR enthusiasts. For standalone, while it's cool, I really don't get it. If someone is purchasing something like this, chances are they already have a high-end PC and are using PC VR games. So if you're looking at this for standalone mode only, there's better options out there. Overall though, this gets 2 thumbs up from me. I know PIMAX has a weird reputation of making headsets that require a lot of tinkering, but this is hands down the best VR headset I've ever used, and I want to continue using it.